Howdy and welcome to my training on Facebook ads and building e-commerce empires with Facebook ads. My name is Frank Salas. I go by the name The Talented Mr. Salas. I'm a social media consultant. I'm a growth hacker, which means I get more eyeballs on your content. And I'm a digital nomad. Currently, I'm located in Medellin, Colombia, and I stay in different international cities for 90 days at a time. In this training, we're going to cover how to use Facebook ads to generate leads from cold traffic, how to get a community to follow you on Facebook and to build and to buy your products. We're also going to really dive deep into emoji marketing. We're also going to go into the mindset of a Facebook ad and what you should be thinking about when you run these. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to do a step-by-step case study on how to run a Facebook ads for e-commerce. So I'm doing this in real time. This is going to be about a 20 to 25 minute presentation. Make sure that you take off or you put your phone on mute, put on airplane mode, shut down all the browsers. I promise you this is going to be very valuable if you want to learn how to market your business online. So what we're doing right now is I'm going over an ad that I got sent to by one of my colleagues, and they were like, I really like this ad. This ad's making a killing. You can already tell. So they shared this with me and a lot of influencers in the social media space. And this is a really interesting ad. I'm just going to show it to you guys. So this is a regular black coffee mug. They got this video ad with some pretty lame music. But check this out. When you pour hot coffee or hot ingredients into this coffee mug, it will actually change color like that. And what this says is, to my wife, I loved you then. I love you still, always have, always will. This is this pretty standard e-commerce type of ad. This is the product. This is demonstration of value. Here you go. Now we're going to start into the takeaways. I love using Facebook ads with videos because they're super engaged. They're very affordable, and Facebook likes to promote video content because they're competing with YouTube, they're competing with Snapchat, and they're even competing with themselves with Instagram. So they want you to stay on their ad as long as they can. And because of that, their algorithm or their brain for Facebook wants to put videos in front of you so you can spend more time on their ads, which people like us, people who are e-commerce, social media influencers, online marketers, pay-per-click, media buyers, so we can spend more money on Facebook. That being said, a little lay of the land when it comes to pay-per-click advertising, specifically on videos in the online space. Number one, first and foremost, the volume is on Google. Everybody Googles everything. Google comes standard on every iPhone or every phone, for that matter, on the planet, and everybody uses Google search on that. Google pay-per-click is coming in at about $8 to $12 per click, which might seem a little high, but it's way more affordable than any type of direct mail marketing, any type of billboards, anything you're going to do offline. If you're looking to advertise online and you want to get people in their buying state where they're ready to make a purchase, Google AdWords and Google Ads are going to be really, really crucial for you. But we're talking about e-commerce right now, and most people, when we sell e-commerce, people aren't going to say, I want to buy a coffee mug for my wife. This is kind of an impulse decision. So what I'm going to teach you, where I want you to focus your energy, is going to be a little on Facebook. But before we get to Facebook, I want to talk about YouTube. So on Google Ads, the average cost is about $8 to $12 to get somebody to click on your little link. On YouTube, that little ad that you see, you can get video views for about 30 cents, depending on your niche. A little bit lower, a little bit higher, just depending, but 30 cents is a strong budget per ad that you put out. So let's say you want to get in front of Ty Lopez's people, or let's say you want to get in front of somebody else who has a lot of traffic. You pay about 30 cents, and those first 5 seconds are to you, and then someone can skip that ad, or if you engage them, you can work with it. When it comes to Facebook ads on videos, you can actually get video views for easily under 10 cents. Right now, I'm coming in between 6 to 8 cents per video view. Some I've even got less than a penny, just depending on the niche. I'm in several different there. But I really wanted to say that the video here is more potent content that Facebook's going to like. And because it's short and consumable, people get the full value of this video, which is, hey, it's a coffee mug. You put hot stuff or hot coffee in there, and it lights up like this. Ta-da! So that's the first step. I like the demonstration of value and showing the product in the video. So the second thing I want you guys to take note of is right over here where it says um, the emoji. Look at these 3 emojis right there, the heart emojis. Now I have a lot of material on emoji marketing right now, and I use emojis in my emails, in my text messages, anytime I do a caption on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Emojis are in all of my content, and here's why. When you look at an emoji, subconsciously, below the surface conscious level of your brain, emojis are hieroglyphics. They're fancy hieroglyphics, and your brain, your eyes, have no choice but to perceive that emoji. And when you get a heart emoji, who's it usually from? Your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your brothers, your sisters, your family members. And you have this association with this emojis. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside, because that's what the heart does. And these people who are making this ad are leveraging that emoji with this Facebook ad, which, number one, it's a pattern interrupt. And for those of you guys who aren't advanced in marketing, pattern interrupt is something you want to understand. But basically it's this. Someone's on their phone at the airport, at the coffee shop, in line at Starbucks, and they're doing this with their right thumb. It's always their right thumb. They're scrolling on their phone with their thumb, and you want to get them to stop, even for a split second, because on the internet, my credit card, my PayPal is linked up to this, and I just need to be able to push a button to be able to buy stuff online. I don't want to buy stuff online. You're going to have to earn it. And the way you earn it is you have to get my attention first. Then once you have my attention, then you can sell me. So I like the emoji. Make sure you use emojis in a lot of your content. And I'm going to share this with you, make myself smaller. So if you want some more value and you want to really get deep on emojis, I don't know why this conversations thing is up, but just go to bit.ly/Salas emojis, and that'll take you to a Huffington Post article that I wrote that went pretty viral on using emojis, and it's got a cheat sheet right here that you can see on how different emojis convey different types of feelings to people, and people buy off stuff that they feel that they like or that they can enjoy. It's all about feeling. Buying is an emotional transaction. So you always want to make sure you pull up their emotions to be able to get them to take whatever action that you'd like for them to do. So that was number 2. We're just getting started, and we're going really, really deep. This is my teaching style, by the way. So if you like this, make sure you follow me, make sure you subscribe, and check out my other social channels as well. I do a lot of trainings like this. The third part that I like is right here where it says husbands. This is really, really important, because I can already tell without, doing too much funnel hacking, is they went to Facebook Audience Insights, and I do have a YouTube video on that shows you exactly how to use Facebook Audience Insights to create custom audience. All they did was find people that were men that were married. That's all they did. And knowing that as a sophisticated marketer, it's like, well, duh, obviously, but to the average person who's on their phone watching sports or whatever they're doing, and they're on the commercials scrolling with their right thumb, scrolling up, they're like, husbands. Oh, I'm a husband. So now you have the emoji. You got my attention. Now you said husbands. I'm a husband. I'm not really a husband, but if I were to see this ad, I'd be a husband, be like, oh, this ad is exactly for me. The same thing happens to me. I'm a licensed realtor. People are always trying to sell me stuff as a licensed realtor. It's like, hey, realtors, or realtor people, or realtor friends, buy this, and it's just like, I don't want to buy it, but it gets my attention. It's like, I'm a realtor. So same thing with that. The takeaway there is always call out your audience. Another thing is if you're doing any kind of events, any kind of conferences, and it's in a certain city, like I have a yearly growth hacking conference in Las Vegas. And what I do is I say, hey, Vegas, or hey, Las Vegas, or Las Vegians, or Nevadians, whatever that term is, just to kind of get that know, like, and trust factor, or that familiarity kind of started, so they know, okay, he's talking to me, knows about me. It's a more warm, more personal conversation, it's a touch, and that is going to really, it might not sound like it's super important, but it really is. You're tugging at their emotions with the emoji. You're calling them out. You're establishing that familiarity, that law of familiarity with them being a husband. The rest of the text or the copy isn't really great. This is super subpar, and this is very, very primitive, but I like that. Super simple. It's like, here's our video. This is what it does. Here's some emojis. Here's who we want this to buy. And then they're like, get yours here. So this is their call to action. But before I go into their call to action on the actual product, I want to talk about one thing that a lot of people might miss out on. This is super simple. Share and tag your wife. There's a few things here. They want to share the post to make it more viral. When you share things on any social media platform, that increases your organic views on this. So yes, they did pay some marketing on this, but I'm sure a lot of this is going viral because a lot of people are sharing and they're tagging their wives. And the reason that works so well is because you're working or you're advertising to a husband who obviously has a wife who's married, and they want to share these kinds of things with their wives. So like tag your wife, and I'm going to show you the results here in the comments below. But that call to action, as you can see, they've got 8,400 shares. I did this training earlier on Periscope, and there were like 8,200. This was like 90 minutes ago. So they're getting a lot of shares, and it's hit that hockey stick where these guys are just going viral and viral and viral. Which is great. They have 850,000 views on this. So I can automatically tell. They have 13,000 likes on this, which means when you like, but specifically when you have a reaction like this, like let's say I were to use love, haha, wow, sad, or angry, those reactions tells Facebook's brain that, hey, this is a really relevant and engaging piece of content that we should probably show everybody else in Facebook land so people can spend more time on Facebook. And that's what the brain does. So that's really helping them out with their views, but I can promise you these people have probably dropped about 100 grand, 6 figures at a minimum on this ad to pull these kinds of numbers, and they're making a lot more. Facebook is my favorite place to market online because it's very affordable, it's very customized. You can target to husbands and men, and this goes really, really deep. Like if you wanted to, you could target this to husbands that were married, that were 45 years old only or in their mid-40s, who made 6 figures, who liked Donald Trump, and who lived in a certain zip code or a certain state or a certain part of the world. I mean, that's how deep Facebook ads goes. And if you're interested in learning how to find out those custom audiences, make sure you check out my YouTube training on custom audiences and creating that, because that's really, really helpful. So before we go and click on the call to action, which was get yours here, I want to go down. I want to share some things. Obviously, they got a lot of views over there. They got a lot of views. They have a lot of likes. They have a lot of shares as well. Now, here's some cool stuff. Here's the interesting part for me. Wayne Mundy says, I'm ready to order. Is the shipping to Canada expensive? Let's see. I'm in Doha. Is it available here? How long does it take to ship to the Western States? I'm interested, but do you have any card or cash on delivery? They're like, no. Do you ship to Saudi Arabia? They're like, of course. I'm in New Delhi. They're like, yes. Can you do Indonesia? Yes, of course. And if you notice on their responses, they're using the emojis again. And the emojis are actually in the link description. I'm going to touch on that a little bit later, but I wanted to plant that seed right now because we're going to water it later. How many days to ship to Miami? What about husbands? Is there one coming for us? So a husband saw this ad and was like, this is a really cool coffee cup. I don't want to buy this for my wife. I want to buy this for myself. And they gave them the link right there to the husband. So they probably have an ad for women showing them the same exact product except husband. And all they did was change a file. And they're just making bank. And I'm going to show you the profit margins on this as we go deeper on this training. This might go a little bit more than the 20 to 25 minutes. I hope you're still with me. I hope that's okay. I hope that I've given you enough value so that you can allow me to create that investment of time with you. So this video is not costing you any money, but it is costing you some time. And I want to make sure that your time is very, very valuable when you touch any piece of my content. So I'm going to keep going, but look at all these comments. I mean, looking at it, you're like, okay, yeah, obviously I did okay, but look at that, 1,500 comments. That's a lot of stuff. That's, comments that are getting spread and spread and spread that people are like, oh, all of Jeffrey's friends right here, this guy Jeffrey, all of Jeffrey Francisco's friends saw that he posted on there. And that popped up on their timeline. So as you're scrolling through your timeline, again, with your right thumb, and you're scrolling through your timeline, you can, and if you're a friend of Jeffrey's, you're going to see on your timeline that Jeffrey just commented on this. And if Jeffrey wants to buy this for his wife, his friends that are all husbands might want to buy them that for their wives as well, or all of his friends that are girls who are married are like, Jeffrey bought this for his wife, and she's going to send that to her husband, be like, you didn't buy me this, blah, blah, blah. And now these guys are making sales. It's all peer-to-peer. That's why I love Facebook. It's the most powerful platform on this. I'm going to jump off the comments, but it's really important to have a lot of comments. I hope you guys got that from this training so far. So now we're going to click on the link, which is great. So once we click on the link, it takes us right here. And here's what I'm going to minimize myself. I want to minimize myself because I want you guys to take this. I want you to take this landing page 100% in. So this is a landing page. First and foremost, just like perceive it. This is what I do. I just look at it. What colors are they using? What fonts are they using? Where does my eye naturally wander? What color is the button? All of these things is what I do when I funnel hack or look at other people's successful marketing campaigns, and I model that. So Tony Robbins, who I'm a huge fan of, has a philosophy of modeling, not stealing, modeling. I take this foundation and apply it towards my own business and campaigns. So first and foremost, what I want to outline to you guys is, remember the emojis that we talked about earlier? When we clicked on the link, we're on another page right now, and look, the emojis are back. And obviously we have that same fuzzy feeling of the heart emojis and blah, 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 but what we also have is we also have the law of familiarity. Guys, by the way, I speak several languages, and I can't say familiarity. If you know how to pronounce it better than I can, like, say it in the comments below. So the law of familiarity states that when you leave a page on one platform, so you're leaving Facebook, you're going to a website that you've never been to. You trust Facebook. You know Facebook. You like Facebook. You don't know this page. And they're doing whatever they can to still keep that sense of comfortness, that know, like, and trust factor from Facebook onto this page. That's what's really going on here. And you can see by obviously using the same image. And once you put your mouse over this image, it demonstrates value again. It's like, hey, this is why you're buying this. This is why this is really cool. They're demonstrating value again. So when you get people from Facebook to your landing page, no matter what you're selling, info products, digital products, whatever you're doing, you have to always reestablish that familiarity, that know, like, and trust, but then also demonstrate value again. You got to start all over. This is another job interview, if you will, as they go down your process. So looking over here, there's nothing crazy when it comes to the copy. It's very primitive. And there's only one call to action, which I like. And the only thing that I want to note out here is, look at this right here on the bottom right. It says last day to order. Now, I've been on this site all week just looking at the numbers grow up or blow up. And it always says this. And it starts at about 15 minutes. And that gets people to be like, oh man, I've only got 15 minutes to buy it. It's really simple. It looks cool. Let me play around with some colors. Let me do X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. And then buy it now. And they can add however many they'd like, proceed to checkout, and then check this. So remember, the first time it was 15 minutes. Now on this page, they have the time because they want us to move a lot quicker. They want us to be on the ball. So first and foremost, they put our shipping address, contact info, and they also have PayPal available, and submit order, and boom, they might have some upsells on this. They might have some downsells on this. If you're not familiar with an upsell or a downsell, make sure you follow me. Make sure that you reach out to me on all of my social media channels, because I share different pieces across all my platforms, kind of like a little treasure hunt, if you will. And I do cover a lot of this in my premium content, so you can go ahead and look for links on that. But I want to focus on you guys today, making this super valuable to you. So now that we've gone through this, you're like, okay, that was really easy, but I don't have a coffee mug connect, or I don't know how to do any of this stuff. Neither do I. And here's the beauty of online business and e-commerce specifically. There's a practice called drop shipping. And what is drop shipping? A lot of people make it up to be really, really difficult, but basically you're working with somebody, a supplier who already has some type of product. They have an operation, so they've got customer service, they've got payments, they've got everything that they need to take the payment and conduct business. All you have to do is generate the lead and close the deal and sell online. And once you understand online marketing and how to sell to people, you're going to be able to do this for anything. I'm going to prove that to you here in just one bit. So these people right now are using one of many marketplaces, I'd like to state, called Gear Bubble. Gear Bubble is really good. It's got a lot of high quality stuff, and I have a lot of positive experiences with Gear Bubble, and some people that I've heard from. So really like it, but keep in mind there's a bunch of other stuff out there. I don't have an affiliate with these guys. But yeah, let me show you something real cool. So let's say I want to make some money. I go to traditional right here, and then I can choose, okay, what do I want to sell? Do I want to sell a poster, a t-shirt, some leggings, a beanie, a pillowcase, a bracelet, or a coffee mug? Let's go ahead and keep on with the coffee mug. So I'm going to keep the coffee mug. We're there. I want to show you a few things here. So it's a blank coffee mug. Here's, I can do a bunch of different things. I can change the color, blah, blah, blah. Here's the most important part though. For just this right here, this base cost is $19.95, which means if I sell this, my profit is $15. Now, that's not really my profit because I'm going to have an expense as a business owner and as a marketer to generate the lead and close the deal. And with Facebook ads, that might be, with the video, that might be 10 cents. You know, that's pretty realistic. If you can target it right, you can get it, your cost per lead under 10 cents. Now, not everybody's going to buy under 10 cents. You got to figure out your metrics, but realistically, it might cost you about $5 to acquire a customer, to get one person through and to buy this. So let's say, for all intents and purposes, your cost per customer is $5. Well, instead of your profit being 15, you're going to make 10 bucks. So you paid for your ad. Gear Bubble handles this whole process of shipping and customer service and payments and all that. And Gear Bubble just says, hey, Frank, thanks for the sale. Here's $15. And I'm like, cool. I take that $15, I take $5, I pay Facebook and say, here's your money, leave me alone. And now I made 10 bucks. And then once I have that winning formula, like these guys, because imagine how much money these guys are making off of this. 850,000 people have seen this. 850,000 people have seen it. Let's just do the math. So let's do the calculator. So 850,000. That's 85,000. There you go. There we go. And realistically, let's say 2% closes. Let's say 2% sells. So that's only 1,700 sales. Okay, 1,700 sales. And let's say we're making 15 bucks. So that's $250,000. Congratulations. So they're probably making more than this because they probably have some upsells and downsells. But let's just say they're making $250,000. All right. Well, we talked about earlier that our cost for acquiring the client is $5. So let's go ahead and redo the math with some real numbers. So 1,700, and our profit is, or our sales are 15 bucks, but our profit really gross is 10 bucks. So let's go to multiply this by 10. And really, they're making 170,000 in this example. So, I mean, this is real life numbers that you can do, that you can scale, that you can put out there and really make some money. So if they're making 170,000, it's costing them about what, like it was like 50,000 to market. That's still a good business right there. You're making some automatic money if you can figure this out and scale it, and ideally have a partner like Gear Bubble to handle your process. There's one thing that I do, one last thing that I want to leave you guys with that I really liked and that I'm going to be using in my businesses. So this is Happy Home. This is not my page, by the way. I just want to say it's not my page. But Happy Home is a page on Facebook where they're selling a lot of products and they're making a lot of money. I have no affiliation to them. I just got this ad thrown across my desk from one of my colleagues, and they were like, yo, check this out. These guys are killing the game. And I liked it so much, and I had a lot of takeaways from this e-commerce Facebook ads marketing stack that I wanted to share my takeaways from it. I felt it was too selfish, honestly, to keep them to myself. And I truly hope that this helps your business. If it does, leave a comment down below that you're finding some value in this video. But before I go on, I want to talk, before we sign off, I want to talk to you guys about one final takeaway that is really, really helpful for me. Now, this is a regular Facebook page, but what was striking me a little different than most pages was that right over here on the right is that it is a community. So when people come here, and they're trying to buy these things from these people, it just has less of a salesy kind of feel, that it's a community around people who are in happy homes, as opposed to it was like e-commerce store of buy happy stuff. I'd feel like crap buying from that place, but I feel amazing because I'm buying from a happy home and people that talk about positivity and things that family people value. It makes me feel good to buy from this community and not this store. So right over here, we have about 83,000 people who like this page. And if you don't know too much about Facebook ads are super cheap to market to people that already like your page. So a lot of people do campaigns to build up likes, which is great. And they might not get business from it right away. But where the true value is they're building a list that's on Facebook where they're on every single day. I'm in Colombia, I'm in the Philippines, I'm in Mexico, I'm in America, everywhere in the world. Everybody, even babies, are looking at these screens. And this is how you get your product services with Facebook ads, emojis, getting into their mindset, targeting ads to making successful e-commerce or online transactions. So I'm going to stop the video right here. I wanted to make sure that we really got deep into this. If you stayed and watched this whole thing, I want to say thank you so much for this. Leave me any comments. If you are still unclear on something, leave me a question down below and I'll make a video just for you and dedicate it to you and your business as well. My name is Frank Salas. I go by the name The Talented Mr. Salas. If you'd like to be connected with me, make sure you follow me everywhere on social media at Talented Mr. Salas. And if you want to be a part of my inner circle, go to bit.ly/talented one. And that's going to take you to my private Facebook group where I share strategies like this. And I go a little bit deeper than my stuff out there in my social channels. So as you guys can see, we're very, very busy. Got a lot of people in the group. And yeah, this is it. So go to Facebook, look for Talent Tribe, or go to bit.ly/talented one. And you'll be able to join my inner circle where I do really cool trainings like the one that I just did earlier today on this. And I go a little bit deeper than my normal trainings. So yeah, hope to see you guys in the Talent Tribe. Adios. Talk to you later. Thank you so much.